All right, here we are trying to set up and build our Insignia TV console. Good for TVs up to 75 inches. So what we'll need, like it says, hammer, a Phillips screwdriver, a rubber mallet. So this is for the dowels later on. Drill bit, pliers, and a power drill. And it comes with this. So that's all the ones that are listed here, and then some. And then you also get this, okay? It's like the door stops and the pen, the correcting pen, the glue, and so you'll need all of that. And so what I've done is I've just taken all the sides out of the box. And so what you'll need first is which is right here, and you have to have it upside down. And good thing that all the things are labeled, so I got that A, and this is E. So it's basically the top and the bottom. Then you got I and H. So what we're gonna do is actually put the cam pins in it, and these are the rest of it. So the sides labeled, and then you got your other panels. They're both K's. There we go. And then your doors are the L's. All right, let's get this started. So like it says, I've laid out panels H, I, F, E, and A, right there, and those two. And then we'll need 22 of these and a screwdriver. It's much better if you have a power drill because it just goes faster. But yeah, so that's probably what I'm gonna use. And so we'll get that done first. All right, for these two smaller panels, H and I, make sure this is pointed out. And what you're gonna be doing, because you'll need only one pin for each panel, it's gonna be in that smaller hole there, because you got the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, it goes in that smaller hole. And so for here, it goes here. And for panel F, it's the same thing. So that's F, and it goes in that hole right there. And then right here. Now for the larger boards, there's a little bit more pins that you need. And so for each side, it's gonna be 6. And that goes into here, here, here. And you skip that one, and then you go here, and then here, and then that. So that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But you have to be careful. I need to note that when you do your power drill, make sure it's on a low torque, because it is, you know, this is particle board, so it has very easy give, and you don't want to chip it like I did. So you just kind of want to go until you meet some resistance, up until that edge of the pin, and then stop there to keep it smooth, okay? So we are moving on to step 2, where we put the back skirting with the side skirting. So that's gonna be this board, board G. It's similar to board F, only that when you raise it up, board G should have the holes on this side with that little nub on top right there. And so we're gonna put the side skirts, which is H and I, and you'll know because when you put it up to the side like that, that little nub is right there too, and that cam is gonna go into that hole, and then that hole is gonna be where your cam lock is. And so we will need letter N, which is the wooden dowels. We'll need 2, 1 for each side, and then we'll use the glue, and we'll put it right next to the cam pin right here. We're gonna put it right there, okay? So a little note about the cam lock. When you put it in, you want to make sure that this space here is facing where that hole needs to be, because that's where you're going to put your cam pin in, and it should insert right into that hole. The pin goes in here, and that's what you're gonna use to tighten it, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And so step 3 is basically the same thing, but only for the front skirting, which is board F, and that's what we're gonna do. Same thing, 2 dowels, cam locks, your glue, and your screwdriver to tighten. That's where we're gonna put the dowel, and same on the other side. And those go into these 2 holes of the one that you just attached to the back, panel I and panel H on that side. You are gonna put that right there, and then you're gonna put your cam lock there, okay? Now we have step 4, which is putting that base that we just made, you know, with the nubs up top. We're gonna put that on board E, which is our bottom shelf. But before we can do that, we're gonna put these little babies, we'll need 10 of them, and your glue too. We're gonna put them 2 on the end here. So 1, 2, and then 3 on each side. So 1, 2, and 3. So like I said, 2 on these 2, and then same on the other side, okay? So putting that base on the bottom shelf wasn't really difficult. I thought it was gonna be, but once you find, like, I put these 4, I aligned them, so the 2 pins and the 2 dowels, once they were aligned, it was just a matter of shifting and everything kind of fell into place. And so now what we're gonna do is, since those cam pins are still in there, we're gonna put some cam locks in it, just like this one. So same thing, make sure when you put the cam lock in, that space is kind of cradling that, so when you turn it, it tightens, okay? And you're gonna do that for all the holes inside. Okay. All right, step 5, we are gonna put these babies to where the front skirting, that's for board F, with that nub up top, where it meets the side skirts of I and H. And so we'll use these, and you'll need 8 of the flat head screws right there. And make sure you get these ones, okay, not the other screws, because there's a bunch of them there. So you need these S flathead screws, and right next to them we'll have the levelers, and that will go on there as well. So you're gonna put that over there, and you're gonna put the screws in, so you'll need 8, and then you're gonna put these in the middle, okay? All right, we are on to step 6, and so we're gonna use these. We're gonna attach these door stoppers to the top panel, which is board A, where you put the cam pins earlier. And this thing goes into this hole right there, not the top ones, the ones on the side. And also you want, so see how this has, it kind of curves, and this one's like more flat. You want that out, so it's gonna be facing you like this, so that the hole is facing outways too. And you don't want to put it like that and it's, you know, flat. You want to put it with a hole at the bottom so that it actually stops the door, because it's a door stop. So yep, board A, nubs are right here, stoppers go there. On to step 7. So we are going to use the side panels B and C, and we're going to attach it to top panel A right here. And you can remember, these are the door stops. The hinges should be on the inside. So what they've asked you to do is we're going to need 4 dowels and 4 cam locks, and we're going to put dowels on these holes here. They told us to glue it onto this panel, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on here instead, so that when we insert the panel, it'll be easy. So use the wood glue, and you're just going to put these 2 there, those 2 on that side, and then we're going to insert that over there, and we're going to put cam locks into those holes over there after this is inserted into that, and then we're gonna tighten. So let's go. Step 8, same thing, but this time with just the partition panel, which is board D. And you're gonna want to put the 2 dowels right in there instead of, they keep saying to put it on the board, but I just, you know, like I said, put that there, so that when you insert this one, it just slide onto place like so. And that also, so if you do that, I'll show you. I'll make sure that the hinges are gonna be where the door stoppers are. So that means the front of the thing. So when you slide it in there, you can actually see the cam pin heads. I don't know if you can get in there. Oh, this one right there. So that when you stick that cam lock in, you have that space into that head, and then use that to tighten it. Okay, so let's do that. So we are on to step 9, where we attach the base to the whole thing to the top. So this was our base, and we attach it to that. Important thing to remember, these ones, the levelers, they go on the front. So also, I mean, they should be where your door stoppers are, which is the front, and where your hinges are. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try to lay it on its side so I can see what I'm doing versus trying to, you know, get it on top like that. What you will need is 6 of these, and then the tallest screws that you can find. So they're the tallest ones, and this is what we're gonna use. And there's gonna be holes. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna flip this over, and so the dowels go into these holes right here. And then once they're on those holes, they go on here. So that's why the guide is telling us to put it on its side, so it's easier, especially if you're trying to do this alone like I am. So we'll see what happens. So like I said, dowels go into, I put it on the base. Actually, I put it on the side, so the front is way down there, right? Because that's where the door stoppers are. And if you look in the back, so this is the front, and so you're gonna try to put these dowels into the holes on this, and then once that's in there, there's gonna be holes right there, pilot holes. That's where you're gonna use that tall screw. There should be one there, and then one up top right there, and then towards the middle where the partition is, same thing up there, and then there, and then another one there. All right, well, I put it back upside down instead of doing it sideways, because I found it was easier actually to just have the dowel slide onto that bottom. So now it's upside down, we're looking at the bottom here, and it was easier for me to put the screws in too, easier to access. So now we're gonna move on to step 10, which is putting the back paneling. And so we're gonna use panel J, this is the thin one with those gaps, J, and it goes to the back here, and you're gonna use the washer screws. So that should be the only screw left in this thing. And they look like these with a rounded top. And that's what we're gonna use. And we're gonna use 22 of these, so basically all of it. All right, let's go. So we've laid it out on the back. I got this up top, so this is up, back, and actually, if you look, this hole, it has a pilot hole where your screw should go in. So just try to follow that. I need to move this Where is that? I don't know if you can see it, but should be right there, and that's where your screw goes, and it just follow the rest. It's gonna be plenty of things to screw. All right, so we are on step 11, where we are gonna put our shelving into our assembled base. But before that, we're gonna cover up some holes. So these ones that have the cross on them, that goes to the cam locks. These ones are flat and they go to the holes on the inside over there, and you got some on the other side too. And you'll need these 4, and then you'll need these, and these are the ones that you're gonna put on those holes depending on what height you want the shelves at. You just want to put them there, and then we'll slide the shelving into place. Okay, so I've put that cam lock cover over here, and then this one goes in there. Just give it a nice push right there, and then these up there like so, and you just do that for all the holes. All right, so I've put them in the middle for now, and like I said, you can just take it out and put it here or there if you want a different height. For now, I put it in the middle, and I've put the 4 over there, and we're gonna slide this into like how I did the other side. Voila. And you can just try to straighten it up. So make sure that those pegs are pushed in all the way so that you can push the actual shelving all the way in. Like so, I needed to straighten out the pegs because they got moved as I was putting on the shelf, but we should be good to go. On to step 12. All right, for step 12, we are putting the doors on. So what you will need is these 4 screws and the doorknobs, and you get them from the second sheet that they give you with all the stuff. The other one should be empty, and you get these screws, and I believe they are letter Y, and then we're gonna attach them to the doors, so L, and they go through these holes right here, right there, and there's 4 doors. So that was the easier part of step 12. Actually, is just attaching those knobs. The trickier part is attaching these hinges onto their bases right here. So you'll notice this is where our hooks need to go into, and by hooks I mean these ones at the bottom here. So they slide into that space, and then you'll hear a click. So now it is actually really tricky trying to look. So make sure they're in the open position, and I just kind of place them like so, and then go here and try to see if you can. Oh, the camera won't be able to catch it, but you get the idea. You're supposed to slide those hooks into place, and then what happens is when it does, this bar right here, this one, yep, when it slides in, it'll like pop up on the far end, and you just push that in to hold it in place. So push it back. So hook it in and then push it back. So if somehow it latches onto place without you being able to put the hooks in the correct spot here, then you just push this button and it'll release it. Once they're in there and pushed back, you'll actually hear a click when you push it back. And now they're secure, and they should, ta-da, like so. So step 13 is fairly easy. You just grab the sticky things, those ones, and you're gonna put it on our door stoppers that we did the before, and that's just to provide some cushioning for when you close the doors. Yeah, you're gonna put 4 of them, 2 on each side. And then step 14 is, I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm not sure if my TV will have 1 stand or 2 supports. So this paper, if your TV has 1 base, 1 stand, so it's attached to these things, right? You're just gonna align that, and you're gonna grab one of these things, and you're gonna put that there. And then you're gonna remove the backing and just stick it there. If your TV has 2 bases, then you're gonna move this. Let's say your TV is about here, and you kind of just do the same thing, align it, and then put it right there, the one, and then so you get 2 of these, and then you go to the other side, do the same thing, okay? When you're done with that, you're gonna grab pliers and take these tacks off in the back. And the last step on the guide is for you if you want to change the doors. So instead of having the glass ones, they also came with just the wood panels. And so right there, and it's pretty much the basic thing. You just inside the door, there's these little things right here. You unscrew them and then move it, and then replace the glass with wood, kind of like how picture frames do. So these hold them in place, okay? And then the last step over there, 16, I'm not gonna do because I'm not gonna, I don't have kids, not gonna tip. I don't really wanna add this. I don't need the anti-tipping hardware. So if you do, it comes with its own instructions, and it's gonna be in this thing, okay? And I think that's it. That is our Insignia TV console. Good for TV screens up to 75 inches.